Have you ever noticed that, even when doing everything right, even when being fair and balanced, things still don't seem to reach you in the way you deserve? If you're a Libra, you need to hear this right now. Because God is preparing a great reward for you, and it's closer than you think. Look, I know exactly how it's been for you. I know you've been giving your best, helping the people around you, always trying to do what's right, always striving to maintain peace and balance in everything. And yet, sometimes you get that feeling that you give a lot and receive little in return. Isn't that true? Sometimes it seems like the universe has forgotten about you, that your achievements are taking too long to arrive. But let me tell you a truth that will completely change how you see this moment in your life. What you are experiencing now is not abandonment. It's not forgetfulness. It's not delay. It's preparation. God is organizing something so big, so special for you, that it needs time for everything to fit perfectly. And do you know why? Because you, Libra, don't deserve just anything. You deserve the best. And the best doesn't come haphazardly, it doesn't come rushed, it doesn't come halfway. The best comes at the right time, at the exact moment, when everything is aligned so that you can fully receive and enjoy it. In this video, you'll discover exactly what the signs are that this divine reward is coming your way. You'll understand why everything you've been through so far was necessary, and how each challenge, each difficult moment, each disappointment you faced was actually shaping you to receive something much greater. And most importantly, you'll learn what you need to do now to fully prepare for this blessing that is about to transform your life. So stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to reveal may be exactly what you needed to hear right now. First truth: His justice did not go unnoticed. Do you know that feeling you carry in your chest? That feeling that you did everything right but nobody recognized it? That anguish of having been fair, honest, and correct in all your choices, but even so, things didn't turn out the way you expected? Let me tell you something that will take that weight off your heart. Every act of justice you performed, every time you chose the right path even if it was more difficult, every moment when you could have been selfish but preferred to think of the greater good, all of that was recorded in the heavens. Nothing went unnoticed. Absolutely nothing. You, Libra, have this striking characteristic of always seeking balance and justice in everything. While many people around you were cheating, taking shortcuts, being dishonest to get what they wanted, you remained firm in your values. There were times when this cost you dearly, weren't there? There were situations where you missed opportunities because you didn't want to compromise your principles. There were occasions when people took advantage of your kindness, your desire to always do the right thing. And that hurt. It hurt a lot, in fact. But here's the truth the universe wants you to know today. God saw each of those choices. He witnessed every moment you could have been unjust and chose not to be. Every time you could have sought revenge and chose to forgive. Every situation where you could have stepped on someone to rise and decided to help that person rise with you. All of this created a divine credit in your life. A celestial account that is about to be paid with multiplied interest. The reward that God is preparing for you is not just material, it's not just financial, although those things are also part of it. This reward is complete, it's total, it's in every area of your life. It's as if the universe is gathering everything you deserve to receive and organizing it into a single, powerful, transformative offering. And why is it taking so long? Because the greater the blessing, the longer it takes for everything to be perfectly aligned. Think about it for a moment. When you plant a small seed, it sprouts quickly, doesn't it? But when you plant the seed of a large, strong tree that will last for generations and bear fruit for many, many years, that seed takes longer to germinate, takes longer to grow because it is building deep roots, it is preparing to support something grand. That is exactly what is happening in your life right now. Your justice, your kindness, your integrity, all of that is taking deep root in the universe. And when that tree finally fully sprouts, when you finally see the fruits of this waiting, you will understand that it was worth every second. You will look back and be grateful for not having received the small fleeting things that other people received, because what comes to you is great, it is lasting, it is transformative. The people around you may have achieved quick things, immediate victories, instant successes. But do you know what happens to those achievements? They disappear just as quickly as they came, without leaving a mark, without creating a foundation. What God is building for you is different. It's solid. It's permanent. It's something that when it arrives will stay, will multiply, will continue to grow. So stop comparing yourself to those who have already received. Stop looking around and feeling like you're falling behind. You're not late. You haven't been forgotten. You are being prepared to receive something that those other people can't even imagine exists. Your reward is not ordinary, it's not average, it's not just anything. Your reward is being shaped by God Himself. And when it arrives in your hands, you will perfectly understand why you had to wait. Second truth. Every imbalance was a necessary lesson. Now let's talk about something that might be hard to accept at first, but that will make perfect sense when you fully understand it. Every moment of imbalance you experienced, every unfair situation you faced, every time you felt things were disproportionate in your life, all of that was necessary. Nothing was by chance. Nothing was punishment. Everything was preparation. As a Libra, you naturally seek balance in everything. You want things to be fair, proportional, and harmonious. When something deviates from this order, when you realize you're giving more than you're receiving, when you notice things aren't balanced, it deeply bothers you. And lately, you've been through several of these situations, haven't you? Relationships where you gave a lot and received little. Jobs where your effort wasn't recognized. Friendships where you were always present, but when you needed them, they weren't there for you. All these imbalances hurt. They made you question a lot of things. They made you wonder if it was worth continuing to be who you are. If it wouldn't be better to harden your heart, close the doors, stop caring so much. But do you know what these situations were really doing? They were teaching you something fundamental that you needed to learn before receiving your great reward. They were teaching you to recognize your own worth. They were showing you that you don't need to accept crumbs. They were strengthening you so that when the blessing arrives, you know exactly what you deserve and don't accept less than that. Because look, if you received your great reward before going through these lessons, you probably wouldn't know how to keep it, wouldn't know how to value it, wouldn't know how to protect what you received. Think about how many people suddenly gain a lot of money and lose it all because they weren't prepared. Think about how many people find the love of their lives but lose it because they didn't know how to recognize its value. Think about how many incredible opportunities come their way, and they let them slip away because they didn't see the greatness of what was right in front of them. God doesn't want that to happen to you. He is preparing you, molding you, teaching you so that when your time comes, you will be completely ready to receive and keep what you have. Every person who devalued you taught you to recognize who truly values you. Every situation where you were wronged prepared you to seek justice when you are in a position of power. Every moment where you gave too much and received too little showed you the importance of establishing healthy boundaries. Every imbalance was, in fact, training for you to learn how to create and maintain true balance when things start to flow in your life. And there's more. These imbalances also serve to clear your path. You know those people who were in your life but weren't meant to be? Those environments you frequented but that didn't do you any good? Those situations you maintained out of convenience or fear of change? All of that needed to go to make room for the new, for the better, for what is truly yours by divine right. Sometimes God needs to empty our hands so He can put new things in them. If your hands were full of what was mediocre, what was small, what no longer served you, how would you grasp what is great? How would you receive abundance? Therefore, every loss you experienced, every separation that hurt, every door that closed, all of that was God making space. It was the universe clearing your path, removing obstacles, preparing the ground to plant the seeds of your prosperity. So today, right now, at this moment, I want you to do something important. Look back at all those difficult moments, at all those imbalances that hurt you, and try to see them with new eyes. Try to see them not as punishment, not as bad luck, but as preparation, as a lesson, as divine training to prepare you for greatness you can't even imagine yet. Third truth. The waiting period created your spiritual maturity. Let's talk now about something that is perhaps the hardest to accept, but also the most transformative when you truly understand it. The waiting. This waiting that has tired you, that has tested your patience, that has made you question whether things will really happen. This waiting was not in vain. In fact, it was the most important part of the whole process. You are a Libra, and one of the strongest characteristics of your sign is impatience with injustice and a desire to see things resolved quickly, in a balanced and fair way. When things take a long time, when justice is delayed, when answers don't come when you expect them, it completely destabilizes you. And that is exactly why God allowed you to go through this waiting period. Not to punish you, but to strengthen you. During this waiting period, something incredible happened within you, even if you didn't clearly perceive it. You developed a spiritual maturity you didn't have before. You learned to trust even without seeing. You learned to have faith even when everything seemed to indicate the opposite. You learned to maintain your essence, your values, your kindness, even when it would have been easier to give up on all of that and become bitter, closed off, and disillusioned. Think about who you were when this journey began. Think about the person you were before all these challenges, before all these trials. Was that person prepared to receive what is coming now? Did that version of you have the strength, the wisdom, the emotional and spiritual structure necessary to handle the greatness that God is bringing into your life? Probably not, right? Waiting transformed you. It made you stronger without making you hard. It made you wiser without making you cynical. It made you more cautious without making you fearful. You learned to differentiate between those who truly deserve to be in your life and those who are just passing through. You learned to value what is true and not to cling to what is superficial. You learned that not all that glitters is gold, and that not all that takes time is bad. During this period, you also learned something fundamental about the nature of God and the universe. You learned that divine timing is not the same as human timing. You learned that when God promises something, it will come to pass, but at the exact perfect moment when all the pieces are in the right place. You learned to trust the process, even when the process is long and painful. And you know what's most incredible about all this? This spiritual maturity you've developed will be your greatest treasure when the blessings begin to arrive. Because now you have discernment. Now you know how to wait without despair. Now you know that not every opportunity that comes your way is for you to accept. Now you can differentiate what comes from God and what comes only from your anxiety or your fear of losing something. How many people do you know who received wonderful things but lost everything because they acted impulsively, due to a lack of maturity, or because they didn't know how to wait for the right moment to act? How many people achieved a lot, but couldn't maintain it, because they lacked the necessary spiritual foundation? This will not happen to you. You are being fully prepared. Your foundation is being built on solid rock, not quicksand. Waiting also taught you about gratitude. When things come too easily, too quickly, we don't value them in the same way. But when you wait, when you fight, when you persevere through difficulties, when what you were waiting for finally arrives, the gratitude you feel is deep, true, transformative. And it is this gratitude that will make you take good care of everything you are about to receive. So understand, this waiting that tired you, that challenged you, that made you question so many things was actually the greatest gift the universe could give you before your reward. Because without this waiting, without this preparation time, you would be like a fragile vase trying to hold a treasure that is too heavy. Now you are no longer fragile. You have been strengthened, molded, prepared. You are ready. If you're enjoying this video and these messages are touching your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any content. And comment below where you're watching from. I want to know where my dear Librans are. And if these words are truly making a difference in your life, consider becoming a supporter of the channel, becoming a member. This helps us a lot to continue bringing you content that can transform lives. Now let's continue, because there's still a lot of important stuff for you to discover. Fourth truth, your inner balance is calibrating itself to receive. Now I need to tell you something about the symbolism of your sign that will make you understand everything in a completely new way. Libra is represented by the scales, right? And a scale only works perfectly when it's calibrated, when it's adjusted, when it can measure with exact precision. And do you know what God is doing in your life right now? He is calibrating your inner scale. What does this mean? It means you are going through a fine-tuning, a refinement process, where every part of who you are is being perfectly aligned for what is to come. Your emotions are being balanced. Your thoughts are being organized. Your energy is being directed. Everything in you is being prepared to function in perfect harmony when your great reward arrives. Have you noticed how lately you felt a greater need to organize your life? How you felt the urge to clear out spaces, to get away from clutter, to seek more peace and clarity? This is no coincidence. This is your inner balance recalibrating itself. It's your being preparing to operate at a higher level of consciousness and abundance. For a long time, you allowed your scales to become unbalanced. You placed too much weight on others and too little on your own. You worried so much about keeping everyone happy, about ensuring everything was fair for others, that you forgot to check if it was fair for you too. Your scales were skewed, weighing more towards the external world and less towards your inner world. But now, at this very moment in your life, that's changing. You're learning to weigh yourself in the balance. You're learning that for true balance to exist, you need to consider yourself in the equation. You can't bring justice to the world if you're being unfair to yourself. You can't balance the lives of others if your own life is unbalanced. And this learning is fundamental to what's to come. Because the reward God is preparing for you will require you to know exactly how much you are worth. It will require you to be clear about what you deserve and what you don't deserve. It will require you to be able to say no to what doesn't serve you, even if it seems tempting. It will require you to maintain your inner balance, even when everything around you is in motion. Imagine receiving a large sum of money without knowing its true value. You might end up spending it all impulsively, or you might let unscrupulous people take advantage of you. Imagine finding true love without knowing your worth. You might end up accepting less than you deserve, or you might sabotage the relationship out of insecurity. Imagine receiving an incredible professional opportunity without clarity about your capabilities. You might undervalue yourself or let the opportunity pass you by out of fear. That's why this inner calibration is so important. You are developing the ability to correctly assess situations, people, and opportunities. You are learning to use your inner balance to weigh things wisely, without being carried away solely by emotion or haste. You are becoming someone who knows when to act and when to wait, when to accept and when to refuse, when to advance and when to retreat. And there's more. A calibrated scale also recognizes when something is too heavy to carry. It knows when a burden isn't yours to bear, when a problem isn't yours to solve, when a battle isn't yours to fight. And you're learning this now. You're learning to let go of what isn't yours. You're learning to return to the universe the burdens you've been carrying, but that were never truly yours from the start. This calibration is preparing you to be a wise steward of the abundance that is coming. Because abundance without wisdom is dangerous. Power without balance is destructive. Blessings without maturity can turn into curses. But you don't need to worry about that, because God is preparing you completely. Your balance is being calibrated by divine hands, and when the process is finished, you will be ready not only to receive, but to multiply, to maintain, to prosper continuously. So pay attention to the signs of this calibration in your life. Pay attention to how you are becoming more selective with your friendships, how you are being more careful with your time and energy, how you are seeking more quality and less quantity, how you are prioritizing your peace above all else. These are all signs that your inner balance is adjusting, preparing, and refining itself for the level of life you are about to experience. Fifth truth: the blockages are being systematically removed. Now let's talk about something you've probably felt, but perhaps haven't fully understood. Lately, you may have noticed that certain things that used to work no longer do. Certain doors that once opened now seem locked. Certain people who were once present have now distanced themselves. And this may have left you confused, worried, even scared. But let me explain what's really happening. What you are experiencing is a divine process of removing blockages, but not in the way you imagine. Sometimes a blockage isn't a wall preventing you from passing. Sometimes a blockage is precisely what keeps you trapped in a place where you shouldn't be anymore. It's that person who kept you stuck in a mediocre comfort zone. It's that job that gave you security but killed your dreams. It's that familiar lifestyle that prevented you from growing. God is systematically removing everything that prevents you from getting where you need to be. And this may seem like loss at the moment. It may seem like things are falling apart. It may seem like you are running out of everything. But in reality, what is happening is a deep cleansing, a preparation of the ground, a removal of everything that was occupying the space that belongs to what is truly yours. Imagine a house full of old, broken furniture that no longer serves its purpose, but that you keep there out of attachment, habit, or fear of having an empty house. There comes a time when you need to take it all out to make room for new, beautiful furniture that truly reflects who you've become. That's what's happening in your life right now. The universe is emptying your house so it can furnish it with new, better things, more suited to the improved version of yourself. That friendship that drifted apart? It was a blockage. It was trapping you in a pattern of conversations and energies that no longer serve you. That opportunity that didn't work out? It was a blockage. It would have led you down a path that would have diverted you from your true destiny. That relationship that ended? It was a blockage. It was preventing you from being available when your true love appeared. That difficult financial situation? It's a blockage being removed. It's teaching you to handle money more wisely so that when abundance arrives, you'll be ready. The process of removing blockages is not comfortable. It's like when you go to the dentist and they need to deep clean before restoring your tooth. It hurts at the moment, it's uncomfortable, you want it to stop. But you know it's necessary so that the restoration, the health, the beauty can come later. The universe is doing a deep cleansing of you and your surroundings because the restoration that comes afterward will be complete, total, transformative. And you know what's most fascinating about all this? This removal is being done systematically in an orderly, perfect way. It's not random chaos. It's not destruction for destruction's sake. It's an intelligent process where each thing is removed at the exact moment in the right order so that the new can enter in the best possible way. God isn't just taking things out of your life. He's reorganizing your entire life, restructuring everything so that it functions in perfect harmony. Some of these blockages were so deep that you didn't even know they existed. They were limiting beliefs you carried since childhood. They were fears you inherited from others. They were behavioral patterns you repeated without questioning. And now, even these invisible blockages are being identified and removed. You are being freed from layers and layers of limitations you didn't even realize you had. This explains why you sometimes feel so tired, so emotionally overwhelmed. It's not weakness. It's because you're going through a profound transformation. You're letting go of things you've carried your whole life. You're freeing yourself from old shackles. You're letting go of versions of yourself that no longer exist. And all of this consumes energy, requires effort, demands time. But as each blockage is removed, you feel something changing inside you. You feel lighter, more clear, more certain of who you are and where you are going. It's as if with each thing that leaves, you breathe a little better, see a little further, feel a little more hopeful. And this is not an illusion. It's real. It's the concrete result of this divine cleansing happening in your life. So when yet another thing slips away, when yet another door closes, when yet another situation doesn't work out, instead of despairing, try to look at it from this new angle. Try asking yourself, what blockage is being removed now? What is leaving my life so that something better can enter? What space is being created for my true reward? Sixth truth, your energy of attraction is being purified. Now we've reached a very important point in this journey. We're going to talk about something that many people don't fully understand, but that is fundamental for you to receive your reward, your energy of attraction. And before you think this is complicated, let me explain it in a very simple and clear way. Everything in the universe is energy. You are energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your feelings are energy. And this energy that you emit acts like a magnet, attracting to you things, people, and situations that vibrate at the same frequency. If you are emitting energy of lack, fear, and scarcity, you attract more lack, more fear, and more scarcity. If you are emitting energy of abundance, faith, and gratitude, you attract more abundance, more confirmation of your faith, and more reasons for gratitude. And do you know what God is doing in your life right now? He is completely purifying your energy of attraction. He is clearing all the negative frequencies, all the patterns of scarcity, all the vibrations of lack that you have accumulated over the years. Why? Because the reward that is coming to you is so great, so abundant, that you need to be vibrating at the right frequency to be able to attract and keep it. Think about it this way. If you have a radio tuned to a bad station with static and interference, you can't hear the music properly. The most beautiful music in the world could be playing, but if your radio isn't on the right frequency, you won't pick it up. That's exactly what happens with blessings. They may be being sent to you, but if your energy isn't on the right frequency, you can't receive them. For a long time, your energy was contaminated. Contaminated by the disappointments you experienced, by the injustices you suffered, by the people who hurt you, by the dreams that didn't come true when you wanted them to. All of this created layers upon layers of dense, heavy energy that was blocking your blessings. Not because you didn't deserve them, but simply because energetically you couldn't attract and hold on to what was rightfully yours. But now, finally, this purification is happening. Every time you choose to forgive instead of holding a grudge, you are purifying your energy. Every time you choose gratitude instead of complaining, you are raising your frequency. Every time you choose faith instead of fear, you are tuning into the right channel. And this is not happening by chance. It is a guided process, directed by divine forces that know exactly what you need to be ready. You may have even noticed changes in your behavior, your preferences, what attracts you and what repels you. Music you used to enjoy now bothers you. Places you used to frequent now make you uncomfortable. Conversations you used to have now seem empty. This is not snobbery or arrogance. It is your energy purifying itself, refining itself, automatically seeking what is aligned with your new vibrational level. And the more you understand this process, the more you can cooperate with it. You can consciously choose thoughts that raise your energy. You can intentionally seek out environments and people who vibrate at a high frequency. You can deliberately practice gratitude, love, compassion, and joy. Each of these choices accelerates your energetic purification and brings you closer to your reward more quickly. There's something very important you need to understand here. Purifying your energy doesn't mean you have to be positive all the time, that you have to ignore your difficult emotions, that you have to pretend everything is okay when it's not. It's not about suppressing what you feel. It's about not permanently identifying with the negative. It's about feeling what needs to be felt but not drowning in it. It's about acknowledging difficulties but not making them your identity. You can be having a tough day and still keep your energy purified. How? By acknowledging that it's difficult but knowing it's temporary. By feeling the pain but not letting it define you. By weathering the storm but maintaining the certainty that the sun will shine again. That's energetic purity. It's not denying reality. It's keeping your faith above the reality you see. And do you know what happens when your energy is purified? Things start to flow in a way that seems almost magical. The right people appear at the right time. Opportunities arise from unexpected places. Doors open without you having to force them. Solutions arrive in ways you never imagined. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's not coincidence. It's simply your energy attracting what is compatible with it. Your reward already exists. It has already been created, destined for you, and your name is already written on it. But for it to reach you, your energy needs to be at the right frequency to receive it. And that's exactly what's happening now. You are being tuned to the frequency of abundance, of deservingness, of prosperity. And when this tuning is complete, everything that is yours will flow naturally to you. Seventh truth. The universe is conspiring in your favor. There's a famous saying that when you truly want something, the whole universe conspires to help you achieve your desire. And although many people know this phrase, few truly understand what it means and how it works. But you, at this moment in your life, are about to experience this in a concrete, real, and transformative way. The universe is not neutral towards you. It's not simply observing from afar, indifferent to what happens in your life. The universe is, in fact, actively working in your favor. It's arranging encounters, creating opportunities, moving pieces on the chessboard of life so that everything fits perfectly at the right time. And you are about to see this happening in such a clear way that you won't be able to deny it. Lately, you've probably had the feeling that you were fighting alone, that it was you against the world, that nobody was on your side. And that was very difficult to bear. But the truth is, you were never alone. Not for a second. What happened was that the universe was working behind the scenes, in invisible places, organizing everything so that when things finally manifested in your reality, it would be complete, perfect, and lasting. Imagine a theater. The audience only sees what happens on stage, under the spotlights. But the real work happens behind the curtains where no one sees. That's where the sets are built, the costumes are prepared, the actors rehearse, everything is organized so that the show is perfect. Your life is like that now. The real work is happening backstage, invisibly, and soon it will manifest itself on the stage of your reality in a way that will leave you impressed. The universe is conspiring in your favor in several ways simultaneously. It's removing people who would harm you in the future. It's preparing people who will be fundamental to your journey to cross your path at the exact right moment. It's closing doors that would lead you to dead ends. It's saving opportunities for the moment when you are completely ready to take full advantage of them. Everything that went wrong in the past, every plan that failed, every expectation that was frustrated, was being redirected by the universe to take you exactly where you need to be. You may have felt lost. You may have thought you were going in the wrong direction. You may have questioned your choices. But look, you are exactly where you need to be right now. Everything you've experienced, every detour, every delay, every change of plans, all of that has brought you here, to this perfect point from where your great transformation will begin. And there's more. The universe isn't working alone. It's using seemingly random people, situations, and circumstances to benefit you. That casual conversation you had with a stranger may have planted a seed that will germinate into something big. That book that came your way by chance may contain the exact information you'll need soon. That delay that annoyed you may have saved you from a problem you weren't even aware of. Nothing in your life is happening by chance. Absolutely nothing. Every little detail, every apparent coincidence, every synchronized moment, everything is part of a larger plan that is being executed perfectly. And you are at the center of this plan. You are the main piece of this story. Everything is being arranged so that you shine, so that you prosper, so that you receive everything that has always been rightfully yours. But in order for you to fully take advantage of this divine conspiracy in your favor, you need to pay attention to the signs. The universe is constantly sending you messages, indications, clues about which direction to follow. These signs appear in various forms. They can be sudden intuitions. They can be revealing dreams. They can be doors that open easily when you thought they were locked. They can be people who appear out of nowhere offering help. So pay attention. Stay alert. Don't ignore these signs thinking they're coincidences. When you feel that inexplicable urge to go somewhere, to call someone, to do something different, trust that impulse. It could be the universe guiding you to something important. When something flows easily, effortlessly, without resistance, go in that direction. It could be the path that was prepared especially for you. And you can't go wrong when you trust in this universal conspiracy working in your favor. Even if you make a decision that seems wrong at the moment, it will lead you to where you need to be. Even if you feel lost for a while, you're exactly on the right path. The universe has its compass constantly recalibrated, always keeping you on the path to your greater destiny. Your greatest reward isn't coming just because you deserve it, although you truly do. It's coming because it's part of a greater divine plan. Because the universe needs you to prosper, be abundant, and fulfilled so that you can fulfill your greater purpose. Your prosperity isn't just for you. It's for everyone you will impact, help, and inspire when you reach the peak of your fulfillment. Eighth truth. Your natural gifts are being enhanced. Now let's talk about something very special that is happening within you right now. You were born with natural gifts, unique talents, special abilities that are part of your essence as a Libra. And God is taking each of these gifts and multiplying them, enhancing them, elevating them to a level you have not yet experienced. As a Libra, you naturally possess the gift of diplomacy, balanced communication, and the ability to see all sides of a situation. You have the rare skill of making different people understand each other, of bringing harmony where there is conflict, of building bridges where others only see abysses. And these gifts of yours, which you may have even underestimated until now, are being prepared to be used in a much bigger, much more impactful way. Imagine an athlete who trains for years before reaching major competitions. Throughout that training, they are developing their natural abilities, strengthening what was already strong, and refining what was already good. And when the time for the big competition finally arrives, all those abilities appear enhanced, magnified, at their maximum level. That's exactly what's happening to you right now. All the challenges you've faced lately weren't just random obstacles. They were, in fact, divine exercises to strengthen your natural gifts. Every conflict you had to mediate made you more skilled in communication. Every difficult decision you had to make gave you more clarity and wisdom. Every injustice you witnessed or confronted further sharpened your sense of justice and fairness. You also possess a natural gift for aesthetics, good taste, and the ability to create beauty and harmony in everything you do. And this gift is now being elevated so that you can use it in a professional, profitable, and impactful way. You may not have realized it yet, but the universe is opening paths for you to monetize your ability to create beauty, organize spaces, and bring visual harmony to environments and situations. Another precious gift you possess is the ability to build relationships, to create genuine connections, to make people feel seen and heard. In an increasingly superficial and disconnected world, this skill of yours is extremely valuable, and it's being leveraged so that you can build a powerful network of relationships that will open doors and create opportunities you can't even imagine yet. You also have a very strong natural intuition for business and partnerships. You can sense when a deal is fair, when an opportunity is legitimate, when a person is trustworthy. This gift of yours is being honed, becoming even more precise, because soon you will need it to make important decisions related to your financial prosperity. And there's something else being amplified within you. Your ability to manifest through words. Libra is an air sign governed by communication, and when you speak, when you declare something, when you put your intentions into words, it has a very strong creative power. And now, at this moment in your life, that power is being amplified. Your words are becoming even more powerful, more creative, more manifest. That's why it's so important that you pay attention to what you say, especially about yourself and your future. Every word that comes out of your mouth right now is charged with multiplied creative power. When you declare abundance, you are creating abundance. When you declare prosperity, you are attracting prosperity. But the opposite is also true. If you keep talking about lack, difficulty, or impossibility, you are using this potentiated power against yourself. These enhanced gifts are not for you to keep only for yourself. They are being multiplied because you will use them to help other people, to create value in the world, to make a difference in the lives of those who cross your path. Your reward will also come through these gifts. When you use your enhanced natural talents in service of good, in service of creating value for others, the financial, emotional, and spiritual return will be inevitable. So start now to recognize these gifts within yourself. Stop diminishing your talents. Stop thinking that everyone has the same abilities as you. Stop underestimating the value of what you naturally do well, because it is precisely through these enhanced gifts that many of your blessings will manifest. It is through your unique talents that doors will open, opportunities will appear, and your great reward will begin to materialize. Ninth truth. Your path is being illuminated step by step. Perhaps you feel like you can't see very far ahead, that you don't know exactly what will happen next, that you wish you had a complete map of your journey. And this makes you anxious, insecure, sometimes even afraid. But I need to tell you something that will completely change your perspective on this. The fact that you can't see the whole path doesn't mean the path doesn't exist. It doesn't mean you're lost. It doesn't mean you're going in the wrong direction. In fact, it means exactly the opposite. It means that God is guiding you step by step, illuminating only the part of the path you need to see now, in the present, to take the next step safely. Why does God do this? Why doesn't He show you the whole path at once? For several very wise reasons. First reason. If you saw everything that will happen, all the challenges that will still appear, all the transformations that will still occur, you could become overwhelmed, afraid, paralyzed. The entire journey may seem too big, too heavy when viewed from afar. But when you live it step by step, each part becomes manageable, bearable, surmountable. Second reason, if you knew all the good things that are to come, you might try to rush the process, you might try to force things to happen ahead of time, and that could ruin everything. Every blessing has its right time to ripen. Every achievement has its exact moment of manifestation. And if you try to harvest before the time is right, you will pick the unripe, bitter fruit, without the sweet taste it would have if you waited for the right time. Third reason. Mystery, uncertainty about the future, keeps you connected to God. If you knew everything, if you had total control, if you could predict every step, you wouldn't need faith, you wouldn't need to trust, you wouldn't need to surrender to the divine process. And it is precisely in this surrender, in this trust, in this faith amidst the unknown, that the greatest spiritual transformations occur. So what do you need to do now? You need to learn to trust the light step by step. You need to believe that every time you need to make a decision, every time you need to choose a direction, the light will be there illuminating the next step. You don't need to see 10 steps ahead. You just need to see the next step and then take that step with confidence. And you know what's fascinating? When you take a step in faith, when you act based on the light you have now, the next piece of the path automatically lights up. It's like walking down a road at night with a flashlight. The flashlight doesn't illuminate the whole road at once, but it illuminates enough for you to take the next steps. And as you walk, the light goes with you, always illuminating what lies ahead. There are times when the light will show you that you need to wait, that it's not yet time to act, that you need patience, that the harvest time hasn't arrived yet. And in those moments, trusting the light means knowing how to wait. It means not despairing over the lack of movement. It means understanding that sometimes the next step is precisely to remain still, in preparation, in reflection. There are other times when the light will show you that it's time to act, to move, to take a bold step. And in those moments, trusting the light means having courage. It means not letting fear paralyze you. It means moving forward even without absolute certainty of the outcome. Because certainty comes along the way, not before the journey. You are entering a phase of life where this step-by-step enlightenment will become increasingly clear, increasingly evident. You will begin to feel more clearly what you need to do next. You will have sudden insights about decisions you need to make. You will feel an inexplicable peace about certain choices, even if logically they don't yet make complete sense. This is divine light illuminating your path. It is God telling you where to go, what to do, when to act, when to wait. And the more you learn to trust this illumination, the more you follow this inner light, the easier and more natural the process becomes. You stop trying to control everything, you stop wanting to have all the answers before taking the first step, and you begin to flow with the divine process. And here is the greatest promise of all. The path that is being illuminated for you, step by step, leads you directly to your great reward. Each step you take in faith, guided by this light, brings you closer and closer to the moment when you will finally receive everything that God has set aside for you. There is no possibility of error when you follow the divine light. There is no way to get lost when God Himself is illuminating your path. 10th truth. The reward will exceed your expectations. We have now arrived at the most important truth of all, the revelation that will give renewed hope to your heart and strength for you to remain steadfast on this journey. The reward that God is preparing for you, dear Libra, will completely surpass your expectations. It will be greater than you imagine. It will be better than you dreamed. It will be more abundant than you asked for. You have your expectations, your dreams, your hopes about how you would like your life to be. You have an idea of what a good life would be like, what it would be like to be prosperous, what it would be like to be happy. And these expectations are beautiful, they are legitimate, they are valid. But here is the truth. God is not planning to give you what you expect. He is planning to give you much more than that. Because human dreams are limited by human imagination. You can only dream based on what you've already seen, what you already know, what you've already experienced. But God doesn't have those limitations. He can create things you can't even imagine yet. He can open doors you didn't even know existed. He can bring blessings from places and in ways you never considered possible. So when you think about your reward, when you imagine the blessings coming, don't limit God's power to your expectations. Don't put a ceiling on divine possibilities. Don't try to control how, when, and from where things will come. Simply open your heart to receive what is infinitely greater than you can conceive. This reward will manifest in several areas of your life simultaneously. It won't be just one thing. It won't be just money, just love, just professional recognition, or just inner peace. It will be all of that together. It will be a complete transformation, a total renewal, an elevation in all aspects of your existence. In the financial area, prepare your heart to receive in ways you least expect. It may come through a job opportunity that will multiply your earnings. It may come through an investment that will prosper beyond what was anticipated. It may come through inheritances, gifts, or unexpected help. It may come through the appreciation of something you already own. It may come through a business idea that will emerge and prosper rapidly. The possibilities are endless, and God knows exactly which path will bring you the abundance you deserve. In the area of relationships, your reward will manifest itself through true, deep, and genuine connections. If you are single and longing for love, prepare to meet someone who will completely surpass the type of person you thought you wanted. Someone who will love you the way you've always deserved to be loved. If you are already in a relationship, prepare for a renewal, a deepening, a positive transformation in the couple's dynamic. And in all your relationships, family, friendships, professional, you will see a significant improvement, as if everything is adjusting to function in harmony. In your professional and vocational life, your reward will manifest itself through the recognition of your worth, your talent, and your contribution. You will be seen. You will be valued. You will be placed in positions where your natural gifts will shine and be appreciated. And along with this recognition comes corresponding financial prosperity, because when you are in the right place, doing what you were made to do, abundance flows naturally. In the spiritual realm, your reward will manifest through a deeper connection with the divine, through strengthened faith, through unshakable inner peace. You will experience a trust in God that is independent of external circumstances. You will develop a spiritual wisdom that will guide you in all areas of life. You will feel a divine presence so real, so tangible, that you will know without a shadow of a doubt that you are never alone. And in the area of health and well-being, your reward will manifest itself through physical renewal, renewed energy, and restored vitality. If you have been facing health issues, prepare for improvements, for healing, for restoration. If you have been feeling tired and exhausted, prepare to feel your energy returning, renewed disposition, and a desire to live intensely. But there's something even more special about this reward. It won't just be for you to enjoy alone. It will overflow from your life into the lives of those around you. When you prosper, you will be able to help others prosper. When you heal, you will be able to help others heal. When you find peace, you will be able to bring peace to environments and situations. Your blessing will multiply through you to bless many other lives. And do you know when all this will begin to manifest? Sooner than you imagine. The process has already begun. The divine gears are already in motion. The pieces are already falling into place. And soon, very soon, you will begin to see the concrete signs, the physical evidence, the real manifestations of this reward that is coming to you. So keep your faith. Keep your hope. Keep your heart open. Because the best is not only yet to come. The best is already on its way. And it will surpass, exceed, and completely overtake everything you expected. Because that's how God works in the lives of those He loves. And He loves you, dear Libra. He loves you more than you can comprehend. And this reward that is coming is concrete, tangible, real proof of that infinite love. We've reached the end of this video, and I sincerely hope these words have deeply touched you. I hope you understand that you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten, you are not behind schedule. You are exactly where you need to be, at the perfect moment in your preparation process to receive the great reward that God has set aside especially for you. Everything you've been through, all the struggles, all the challenges, all the waiting, nothing was in vain. Every difficult moment was shaping you, preparing you, strengthening you to be able to receive and hold on to the blessings that are coming. And these blessings will exceed your expectations, will completely transform your life, will elevate you to a level you haven't yet experienced. But while you wait for the full manifestation of that reward, don't stand still. Keep doing your part. Keep being fair, balanced, and kind. Keep using your natural gifts. Keep following the light that illuminates your path step by step. Keep purifying your energy through positive thoughts, gratitude, and faith. Keep trusting that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when you can't clearly see how. And above all, keep your heart open. Open to receive. Open to believe. Open to be surprised by what God can do in your life. Because when you maintain that openness, when you maintain that receptivity, blessings flow much more easily and naturally. Now I want to give you a challenge. Over the next few days, pay attention to the signs, to the small miracles, to the coincidences that aren't coincidences, to the doors that are starting to open, to the people who appear in your life, to the insights you will have. Because these are the first signs that your reward is beginning to manifest. And when you recognize these signs, when you are grateful for them, you further accelerate the process of your blessings materializing. And don't forget to come back here and share with me, share with this incredible community, when things start happening in your life. I want to hear your testimonies. I want to know how these truths have manifested in your reality. I want to celebrate with you when your reward finally arrives in your hands. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. And become a channel member, supporting this work, because it's through the support of people like you that we can continue bringing these messages of hope, faith, and transformation. Every bit of support, no matter how small, makes all the difference and allows this work to continue reaching and transforming lives. And comment below, where are you watching from? What part of this video touched your heart the most? What truth resonated with you the most? I want to know from you. I want to create this connection. I want you to know that you are part of a community of people who believe, who have faith, who know that better days are coming. May God bless you mightily, dear Libra. May He hasten your reward. May He multiply your blessings. May He give you strength to remain steadfast until everything is fully revealed. And when you look back, may you clearly see that every second of waiting, every moment of struggle, every day of faith was worth it. Because what God has prepared for you is greater, much greater, than any challenge you have faced. A big hug to your heart. And remember, your reward is coming. Believe in it with all your might. Because it's true. It's real. It's certain. And nothing and no one can stop what God has already decreed for your life.